Lin Shu was job hunting on his computer when annoying ads appeared, tempting him to escape real life. Frustrated, he clicked cancel and suddenly found himself inside the computer. A system called the Divine Leveling System claimed he made the right choice, but Lin disagreed. He woke up in a dorm room at the Shining Star Academy, where his bully dormmate Mut Kong attacked him for taking too long to get food. The system offered him the option to use Charged Strike, and Lin accepted, breaking Kong's bones. As a reward for winning the fight, Lin won 1,000 Alliance coins, which he used to pay for his medical treatment. He met a nurse who instructed him to lie down and heal. The nurse joked with Lin about stripping for the restoration process, but clarified that he could leave his underwear on. However, Lin stripped completely, determined to become a new person who wouldn't tolerate bullying. Meanwhile, in Class 29, the teacher informed the students of a practical training opportunity in Sector 20, where Lin wasn't allowed due to his lack of martial arts skills. Lin challenged a student to a fight, won, and joined the training anyway. While exploring the area, they encountered a first-rank zombie, a creature beyond their capabilities. Lin's team readied for battle, unsure if they could survive. Lin sliced the zombie in one move, even though it had a higher battle strength than him. He gained 200 EXP for killing the zombie, and the Divine Leveling System notified him. As he was standing there, admiring his new strength, 3 more zombies ran towards him to attack. However, Zhang Yai killed the zombies before they could get to Lin. They continued walking and met another zombie. The Divine System notified Lin that the zombie was fast and could summon other first-rank zombies. He told them not to move, but his friend lunged at the zombie, and it caught him, throwing him to the ground. Zhang Yai stepped in to save his friend and managed to pin the zombie to the ground. Lin told him to kill it in one strike, otherwise it could summon other zombies. Zhang did not listen to him, and the zombie broke loose from his hold, summoning more zombies. Upon seeing the other zombies, Zhang Yi and his friend ran away, leaving Lin and his friend behind. His friend was telling Lin to go because there were too many zombies, but Lin started fighting the zombies, and then his friend joined in. With each zombie he killed, his level increased. Lin and his friend searched for zombies to defeat in Sector 20, but stumbled upon a restricted area with a sign forbidding beginner martial artists. His friend warned him about a third-rank evolved creature, a huge camouflage snake, which chased Lin while leaving his friend behind. Lin managed to hide, but then encountered adventurers who pointed their weapons at him. After the snake ate Lin's friend, the adventurers killed it, and Lin took back his sword. They asked him to help skin the snake and dig its core, but Lin refused to share the spoils, saying he was injured and could not order people around. Exhausted from his previous fight, Lin killed the adventurers who attacked him and kept the spoils, including an evolved crystal. He decided to return to his friend Yang Tian, but got lost and encountered a 4th-rank lightning leopard. He watched as a 4th-rank martial artist, Luo Yu, fought the leopard but was thrown off a cliff. Seeing an opportunity to level up and become rich from the spoils, Lin attempted to finish the job. However, another leopard appeared, and Lin realized that they hunt in pairs. Trapped at a dead end, Lin chose to jump off the cliff instead of being electrocuted and eaten. Lin survived the fall off the cliff and rescued an unconscious Luo Yu from the lake. He roasted fish for them to eat and explained how he saved her. They introduced themselves, and Lin told her he wanted to become as strong as she was. That night, Lin drew the prize he won earlier, a growth-type martial skill card. While he was happy, Luo Yu woke up, hearing someone approaching, and they quickly left. The adventurers who arrived after they left were ordered by their leader to kill them if they found them. As they were running from the adventurers, they met a red-winged snake, a 2-rank evolved creature with poisonous fangs and fast movement. Yu gave Lin her sword to use it to kill the snake. With instructions from injured Yu, Lin stabbed the snake on the head, thinking he had killed it. He let his guard down, and suddenly the snake separated its head from its body and bit Lin's arm, poisoning him. Lin finally killed the snake's head, and the system congratulated him. As he was taking the core from the snake, his body started reacting to the poison, overwhelming him with desire. Losing control of his body, he jumped on top of Yu and kissed her. She pushed him off, and when he asked for the antidote, she told him to go into the pond to cool off. He felt relieved after dunking himself in the water, and then he started thinking about the kiss. He couldn't believe that he had kissed the beauty while Yu was waiting for him, wondering what was taking him so long. The adventurers caught up with Lin and Yu and made lewd comments about her, planning to assault her. Lin interrupted and rattled off their personal information, causing them to flee. The adventurers planned to ambush them at the outer area of the restricted section, but Lin and Yu moved deeper inside. Lin leveled up and killed 30 evolved creatures while Yu guided him, refusing to take any crystals. Yu told Lin they should go their separate ways now that she had fully recovered, and he asked where she stayed. She replied Divine City, warning him that if he surpassed her strength, she would kill him. As he was walking alone, heading to the outer section, one of the adventurers he tricked, Zan San, attacked him. Lin's anger meter charged quickly, and he employed a charged strike, kicking San in the nuts and killing him instantly. The system notified him that he had reached level 10, and he told the system to add the potential skill points to his speed, saying happily. Then San's friend caught up to Lin and surrounded him, looking at him angrily because he killed their friend. Lang, the leader, told his friends that they should attack Lin altogether. Lin figured it was time to try out his new skill, starting with the skill Rage, which made him faster and stronger. He ran so fast that they could not see where he had gone, so they split up to look for him. Lin was in a tree when he saw Lai Sai on the ground holding a spear. He attacked and killed him, taking the spear, thinking he was now ready because he had the weapon he needed. Lai Hong then found Su holding Lai's spear and informed his leader, Zhang Liang, who told him to keep Lin busy as he was on his way. They started fighting, and Lin used his Thousand Birds tribute and killed Hong. The leader and his two friends attacked Lin after witnessing him kill Hong in one move. Lang suspected that Lin was using a secret skill, which would soon leave him fatigued, so they continued fighting him until the side effects took hold. Lin's anger meter charged, and he attacked the leader first with the charged strike, followed by the Thousand Birds tribute. However, the side effects kicked in, and he couldn't fight back. Dr. Zhou Ruishui, a rank 4 martial artist, saved Lin from Zan Liang's attack and helped him return to the other students. Teacher Song noticed Lin's absence and asked where he was. Lin surprised the students by speaking up, threatening Shi Jun with another beating. The teacher asked Lin if he was alright. He replied saying he was good. Then, Lin's bullies said that he might have been hiding because he did not touch a single evolved creature. Lin replied saying that they looked like they had taken down plenty of creatures. He said that he took down 8 rank 1 evolved creatures. Lin then emptied his bag. The teacher was shocked looking at the 16 rank 1, 5 rank 2, and 3 rank 3 crystals. The students were also shocked, and Zhang Yi told the teacher that Lin must have cheated. The teacher asked Zhang Yi where someone could get rank 3 crystals just to cheat. He then told the students that they could sell the crystals to the owner of the inn. While in line, it was Lin's turn to sell his crystals. As he was waiting for his money, a Class 1 student, Sun Chen, and his friend Lai Yuan pushed Lin out of the way, saying that they were a bunch of dilly-dallies. Lin sold his crystals, then looked back at the students of Class 29 and mocked them for hosting trash like Lin Xiu in their class. Lin stepped forward, demanding Sun Chen to apologize if he didn't want to be taught a lesson by the trash. Chen did not apologize and lunged at Lin. He dodged and punched him in the face. Chen got angry and used the patina tier martial artist skill. Lin kept dodging while waiting for his anger meter to reach 100%. As Lin prepared to face Sun Chen's challenge, Yang warned him to be careful. Lin's anger meter reached 100%, but he refused to use the charged strike and opted to use his martial arts skill instead. He broke Chen's arm, winning the fight. The owner of the inn then announced that the transaction for rank 3 crystals had been processed, leaving Class 1 students shocked at how Lin had managed to kill such evolved creatures. Teacher Song and Master Jiang asked the students why they were fighting, and Yang explained the situation. Lin apologized as he was told, but Sun Chen challenged him to a rematch during the end-of-semester competition, which Lin accepted. The teacher then took Class 29 to a room with a device to test their combat capabilities, and while the students laughed at Lin, Zhang Yi impressed the teacher with his skills. Lin exceeded Zhang Yi's combat capability, making him a seasoned martial artist. They were then asked to select a weapon made of specialized metal that could harm evolved creatures. Lin chose a polearm, which was an unusual selection as no one among the 10 greatest martial artists specialized in it. After obtaining his ID card, he ran to the Godly Forge to purchase a spear. The shopkeeper showed him many spears, but none of them satisfied Lin, as they were too light. Then the shopkeeper presented the Silver Soul, a spear that weighed 65 kilograms, and no one wanted to buy. Lin purchased it for 1.2 million, then tried to cultivate but felt nothing. He checked the system and saw that his strength and physique had increased by 2. He also drew the free monthly reward and won a quick leveling pack, which came in a box. He saw that it was a protective gear. Then the system asked if he wanted to employ the quick leveling pack. He agreed and put on the gear. After he finished wearing the gear, the system started booting up the quick leveling system. The gear was heavy on him to the point that he couldn't stand. He tried taking it off, but the system wouldn't allow him to take it off before the booting process completed. The system told him to get used to the weights, and he would earn 25 potential skill points for completing the quick leveling. After a lot of crawling and running, the leveling reached 1,000 out of 10,000. Then, Xuan, Lin's neighbor, patted him on the back, startling him. Seeing that it was her, he asked what she was doing at the academy. She replied, saying that since the entrance exams were approaching, she was looking for a school to apply to. That's why they visited the Shining Academy. As they were talking, Xuan's schoolmate, Tang Ping, interrupted them, asking if Lin Chu was the neighbor she was talking about because he heard the academy had an infamous piece of trash by the name of Lin Xiu. Ping challenged Lin to a spar. They started fighting, and at first, Lin dodged. Then Ping punched him, and he was not able to dodge it because of the weight on his body. When Ping was about to punch Lin again, he caught his hand and broke it, saying that was to teach him a lesson. While Ping cried in pain and held his hand, Lin kicked him in the face, sending him flying to the floor. Suddenly, Lin was punched in the stomach by Tang Tian, Ping's older brother, a seasoned martial artist who was 3 years Lin's senior and the vice president of the boxing club. Tian threatened to break Lin's ribs for breaking Ping's hand. With Lin pinned down, he couldn't dodge any of Tian's attacks. Xuan stepped in the middle of them to stop Tian from punching Lin, but he was about to punch her. Luckily, Lin pushed her out of the way just in time, taking the punch himself. Chen was about to break Lin's hand when Mr. Song intervened to stop the fight. Lin then challenged Tian to a martial duel in 3 days. The news quickly spread around the academy, and many students were certain that Lin would lose against Tang Tian. With the help of Dr. Chao Rushui and her family recipe, Lin recovered quickly. She also gave him a patina martial skill card of 100 crack fist, telling him that he would be hers soon, so she couldn't afford him to die. Lin trained day and night, leveling up to level 11, and the leveling process was at 9504 out of 10,000. At the stadium, Lin Xiu and Tang Tian were called on stage, and the students were cheering for Tian. But Mr. Song was confident in Lin Xiu, while Tian's teacher underestimated Lin. Tian launched an attack on Lin, who skillfully blocked each move. Despite his best efforts, Tian couldn't break through Lin's defenses. Frustrated, Tian employed the patina martial artist's skill, but Lin didn't want to risk weakening his body by blocking. Instead, he decided to use the Thousand Birds tribute, and Tian struck him, sending him crashing to the floor. As Lin's anger meter reached 100%, he gained 25 potential points, allocating 21 to strength and 4 to physique. Lin removed his heavy protective gear, shocking his teacher, and used the Thousand Birds attribute to knock Tian down. Tian refused to accept defeat, hulking out and vowing to kill Lin. The stunned Lin could only watch in disbelief. Luckily, Lin pushed her out of the way just in time, taking the punch himself. Chen was about to break Lin's hand when Mr. Song intervened to stop the fight. Lin then challenged Tian to a martial duel in 3 days. The news quickly spread around the academy, and many students were certain that Lin would lose against Tang Tian. With the help of Dr. Chao Rushui and her family recipe, Lin recovered quickly. She also gave him a patina martial skill card of 100 crack fist, telling him that he would be hers soon, so she couldn't afford him to die. Lin trained day and night, leveling up to level 11, and the leveling process was at 9504 out of 10,000. At the stadium, Lin Xiu and Tang Tian were called on stage, and the students were cheering for Tian. But Mr. Song was confident in Lin Xiu, while Tian's teacher underestimated Lin. Utilizing the patina martial shattering fist, a powerful technique, Tian launched a punch at Lin during their martial arts duel. However, Lin managed to dodge it and seize Tian's spear. But Chen then revealed he had taken Alps, a banned drug that heightens one's strength. Despite using the explosive cracking fist, Lin was unable to inflict any damage on Tian. Outraged, Mr. Song called for the fight to be stopped due to the drug use, but Mr. Li refused, citing a lack of rules against it. As a Tang family member, the academy couldn't afford to lose face in front of Tang Mubei. Eventually, Lin prevailed, stunning everyone with his newly acquired skill, the explosive cracking fist. But Mr. Song had both good and bad news for Lin the next day. Lin received punishment from the school for almost killing Tang Chan and breaking Ping's hand. He was ordered to join the yearly Bright Fortress extermination operation with Starshine City's soldiers, despite the 70% death rate. Lin accepted the punishment with eagerness to gain more experience. However, on his way back to the dorms, 5 martial artists sent by Mrs. Tang ambushed him. Lin killed 2 of them, and the remaining fled to inform their boss. Tang Mubei intervened, scolding his wife for the attack and assuring her that Lin's punishment was enough. He had suppressed the school's actions and had Lin participate in the dangerous mission. Furthermore, Lin had received good news about his power ranking, obtaining a silver spear-type martial technique. Ting Kong called out the names of soldiers heading to the fortress. When Lin Shu's name was called, the soldiers laughed, thinking he was in the wrong place because he was the only kid among them. King punished them by making them do push-ups. During the flight, Lin met a former student named Lai Yi. However, Soldier Jin Hai interrupted their conversation, demanding to see the contents of Lin's wooden box. Lin refused and Jin used force to take the box. Lin retaliated, taking out his spear and pointing it at Jin's throat. After a brief scuffle, King stopped the fight, embarrassed that a student beat Jin. They arrived at the fortress, and King instructed them to split into 4 groups and infiltrate the south while he and other squad leaders headed for the central area. Their squad leader, Chai Wen, reprimanded Jin for mocking Lin and causing problems for the team. While walking in the town, they encountered rank 1 zombies, which they easily defeated. Wen warned Jin that they would face higher-ranked zombies further in the town. As they continued, they fought against rank 2 zombies, and Lin was excited to gain more experience from them. However, his teammates were stunned by his fighting skills, and Wen reminded them to focus on the zombies. Suddenly, they heard a sound, which Lin identified as the Lord Zombie calling for reinforcements. More zombies appeared, and Wen instructed the team to take advantage of the distance and shoot. For each zombie he killed, Lin gained 2,000 experience points. As the zombies closed in, Wen ordered the team to flee to a nearby building, leaving her and Lin to fight. In a surprising move, Lin used the Thousand Birds tribute technique to destroy the zombies while running towards the building. However, the zombies pounded on the doors relentlessly. Wen instructed the team to climb an iron fence to reach the 2nd floor, just as the zombies broke through the doors. While scouting the area, a rank 1 spider appeared on Lai Yu's shoulder, but Jin Hai killed it, triggering a swarm of spiders. The team ran to the rooftop and rested, watching rank 2 dust-toothed wolves fighting the zombies in the town below. After some time, Wen instructed the team to leave, assuming that the 1st floor zombies had been lured away. However, they were attacked by rank 2 dust-toothed wolves, which they defeated. Suddenly, a rank 3 dust-fang wolf appeared, and 1 soldier was injured by its powerful attack. Wen tried to use the shattering air slash, but it had no effect on the wolf. The wolf then attacked Wen, but Lin intervened and landed an all-out attack, which failed to kill it. The wolf lunged at the team, and Lin warned them to dodge, but it attacked him, throwing him into a wall. Lin stood up and used the 100 birds facing Phoenix technique, killing the wolf and earning 800 experience points. However, they spotted a rank 2 zombie leader with sharp claws and fangs that could summon rank 1 and 2 zombies. It was about to evolve into a rank 3 zombie after devouring the core of the previous wolf. Lin suggested they kill the leader before it could evolve, but they were already surrounded by zombies. Lin devised a plan to kill the other zombies while he fought the leader. However, Lin realized he was outmatched and quickly learned all the martial techniques on his silver card. Captain Wen was surprised to see Lin learning martial techniques in the midst of battle. Lin used the Burst Storm Pure Flower technique to kill the zombies surrounding the leader, astonishing his teammates, especially Jin Hai. Captain Wen urged the team not to lose to a high schooler and fight the rank 3 zombie. Lin attacked the zombie leader with the same technique, but it had completed its evolution and blocked the attack. Lin knew he had to act fast before the zombies summoned more zombies, so he used the Furry Burst Storm Pure Flower and the secret art to kill the zombie. The system notified him of his level up and 800 experience points. After resting on the rooftop, Lin asked Wen about the Saint area, an academy that required at least a rank 2 martial artist standard for enrollment. He pondered what expression Liu would have if he became an advanced martial artist. The team resumed their mission the next day, encountering rank 2 zombie crawlers. Lin noticed that the zombies turned their victims into expert climbers, and they began shooting at the crawlers. However, one of the soldiers was bitten by a zombie. Lin suggested they move to a more open area to avoid attacks from above. and Wen led the team back to the park. While resting there, shadow assassin Wu Jin, a rank 3 martial artist, attacked Lin, but he evaded her. Wu Jin revealed that she was sent to kill Lin and told them not to interfere. Wen was about to fight back, but Wu Jin sent her flying to the ground. The team fought the assassin while Lin escaped. The shadow assassin chased after Lin, but Wen and the team fought back, determined to protect their comrade. Wu Jin caught up with Lin and asked him where he was running. Lin replied that he was searching for a quiet place to kill him and asked if the Tang family had sent Wu Jin. They began to fight, but Lin's burst Storm Peer Flower had no effect because Wu Jin had observed his moves while he fought the crawlers. Wu Jin used the winged assassination, and Lin was sent flying to the wall. Wu Jin walked over to Lin, claiming victory. However, Lin used the opportunity to stab Wu Jin, killing him. He leveled up and added potential points to his strength and physique. While tending to his wound, Lin fainted as Wen called his name. Lin was carried to the rooftop, where his wounds were treated by his teammates. As time passed, they became friends and were walking around charting when they encountered a group of martial artists, including Lone Wolf Zhou Yu, who had killed one of Captain Wen's comrades. Zhou pointed his knife at Lin, claiming it was between them. Wen was about to attack, but Lin stopped her, instructing her to report back to the chief. The Tang family had sent him to kill Lin. The soldiers fought the others while Lin battled Zhao, who taunted him with the Crescent Dark Moon skill. As Zhou activated his Patina martial skill, 3 slashes, Lin dodged and strategized, realizing Zhao was an elite fighter. As Zhao launched his 3rd slash, Lin blocked it with the Thousand Birds tribute, but the impact sent him crashing into the wall. Zhao explained that each of his slashes absorbed his opponent's martial skill, making him stronger with each attack. Lin felt a surge of rage and a mysterious connection with his spear. He unleashed the ultimate technique, Torrential Blossom, and fatally stabbed Zhao. The system congratulated him for reaching level 15. Later, Wen rewarded Lin with a card containing 3 million coins, and the chief praised him for his bravery. As Lin hurried back for his exams, Wen hugged him despite his protests, hinting at a potential romance. At the academy, the competitions had begun, but Lin was missing, causing worry among teacher Lu and Yang. Eventually, Lin arrived to face his opponent, Chen Qiu. Chen attacked with his weapon, but Lin caught it and delivered a powerful kick. Chen used the 9 forms of the fallen leaf, but Lin dodged and countered with the explosive cracking fist. As Chen prepared to use his special skill, Lin's anger meter charged, and he knocked Chen unconscious. Lin's teacher and Yang congratulated him, but the system warned him of the dangers of unlocking the genetic lock. Lin opted to invest his points into strength instead. The dean was amazed that Lin had emerged from the fortress even stronger. Lin's next opponent was Yigu Lin, and Zhang faced Tang Tian. Tian boasted about his intention to harm anyone from Class 29, prompting Zhang to attack. Tian easily broke Zhang's arm and threatened to break all of his limbs. Lin intervened, urging Tian not to hurt his classmates. Tian vowed to defeat Lin in their next match, but Lin was undaunted and promised to make him beg for his life. Chen was declared the winner, and Lin took Zhang to the doctor while being warned to be careful facing Tian. Lin's next opponent was a powerful rank 2 martial artist with a hammer, promising him a painless death. Despite the naysayers, Lin faced off against Yigu Lin in a risky match. Lin used the Torrential Blossom skill to wound Yigu Lin's shoulder, causing the doctor to mock the doubting student. However, Yigu retaliated with the Owl Mountain Duress, which Lin couldn't dodge until he used the Thousand Birds tribute. The dean and Mr. Yi were astonished by Lin's martial skill. Yigu then used his signature move, the Fierce Tiger Onslaught, but Lin activated his rage and blocked it. Yigu was stunned by Lin's resilience, and Lin used Torrential Blossom again, catching Yigu off guard. Yigu underestimated Lin, claiming his efforts were pointless. Yigu was baffled by Lin's sudden surge in strength but resolved not to lose again. Despite Yang's concerns that Lin was struggling to keep up with Yigu, Dr. Qiu silenced him, pointing out that Yigu was the one losing. Lin employed the charged strike, winning the match and earning the admiration of the crowd. Yigu attempted to attack Lin with a bomb, but Mr. Yi protected him with a shield, revealing himself to be a potential supervisor from a major academy. Lin won a silver martial skill card for nods and a lucky draw, but the system offered to fuse 3 cards of the same level into one due to an overstock. Lin won a gift box in his second lucky draw, containing 3 silver martial skill cards for polearm, knife, and sword arts. Using the synthesis function, he obtained the Polearm Arts Silver Martial Skill card Judgment, which allowed him to reflect his opponent's attacks back at them. In his next match, Lin faced Fei Fi, who surrendered upon realizing she couldn't fight the celebrity. Dr. Cho was furious with Fei Fi's seductive antics and kissed Lin on the lips, stealing his first kiss. Lin was shocked, but another match was announced against two ranked 2 martial artists, Zhu Jun and Zhang Tao. They attacked Lin simultaneously, but he defended and countered with the Thousand Birds tribute. Zhang Tao boasted of his skill, Ruthless Torment, which repels any attack, and warned Lin that they had studied his previous matches, giving them an edge. Zhang attacked with sky-shattering claws, while Zhun Jun used whirling steel bludgeon. Lin countered with Judgment Silver skill, sending Zhang flying to the floor, then Zhun Jun winning the match. Tang Chen requested to face Lin, and they met in the ring for the match that would determine the top 6 finalists. Tan threatened to kill Lin, but Lin vowed to defeat him, citing the assassins sent by Tan's father. Tan attacked with his sword, but Lin countered with Torrential Blossom. Tan evaded and used Uppercut Slash and burst Shutter Fist on Lin. Tin's Sanctuary Flame sent Lin flying and bleeding from the mouth. Lin retaliated with Thousand Birds Tribute, but Tin dispelled it with Cloud Burst Torrent. Lin suggested they try again, warning that he couldn't do the same with his next attack. He used Thousand Birds Tribute again, but Chen again used Cloud Burst Torrent to counter. Chen attacked with Sanctuary Flame, and Lin attempted to dispel it with Judgment, which failed, so he dodged and punched Tian with Explosive Cracking Fist. Tian punched back with Shattering Fist. Despite pleas from Yang and Teacher Luo to concede, Lin refused. Chen knocked Lin unconscious with a punch, and the system prompted Lin to unlock the genetic lock. Lin agreed, taking the risk to defeat Tian and avenge the Tang family. He won 3 lucky draws, the first of which promoted him to rank 2 martial artist. In the intense martial arts match between Lin and Tian, Lin unexpectedly became stronger, even without using any drugs or showing any martial arts fluctuations. After destroying Tian's half-robot arm, Lin discovered that he himself had become part human, part robot. He won the match but soon faced a deadly threat as Tian tried to inject him with a zombie virus. In a twist of fate, Lin managed to inject Tian with the virus instead, leading to his mutation. During the chaos, Lin killed Tian with a knife, prompting Mr. Tang Mubei to enter the ring and plead for his little son's life. The intense and unexpected turn of events left everyone stunned. As Mr. Tang accuses Lin of murdering his son and tries to take his body, Mr. Yi steps in and blocks the situation from escalating. He convinces them to wait for the police to investigate before taking any actions, to prevent the spread of the virus. Meanwhile, Lai Yi and Jin He receive orders to investigate the mutant corpse incident at Dining Star Academy. Lin is later woken up by the police, but he argues that they don't have the right to arrest him as he is a federal soldier with a 1-star medal. However, the dean insists that he goes with them. As the federal army arrives, they protect Lin from being arrested and invite him to join them, but Mr. Yi reminds him that he has a choice. Mr. Yi gives Lin an admission letter to Sanctuary University, where he will get to meet Lu. He directs him to the Path of Demise, an area with high-level creatures and mysterious labs left over from the war. Lin plans to go to Black Sea City to get his martial artist license before heading to the university. At a bar, Dr. Chao and Captain Wen compete for Lin's attention, and Yang admires him for having both a lady and a loli interested in him. Wen and Chao offer to drive Lin to Black Sea City, but he insists on walking. As he reaches the edge of the city, he is attacked by people sent by the Tang family. As Lin is attacked by people sent by the Tang family, he uses the Thousand Birds tribute to defeat them. Mr. Tang Mubei appears and attacks Lin with the Soaring Crescent Slash. Lin dodges but realizes that Mubei's sword is strong, and his own rage ability is on cooldown. Mubei uses the Heavenly Dancing Phoenix, and Lin's spear breaks as he is thrown to the ground. Mubei points his sword at Lin's chest, but Lin's rage activates, and he breaks Mubei's arm with the Explosive Cracking Fist. Lin then kills Mubei and earns 547,821 experience points. Lin tells Mubei that he is leaving Shining Star City for Sanctuary University, and that the Tang family is not on his radar. As Lin rests, he uses his 4 lucky draws in the system and wins exotic items, the legendary weapon Scarlet Moon Glove, and a large number of martial skill cards, but none for spears. He synthesizes 3 cards and obtains a silver card for the pillar supporting the sky. He then synthesizes all the cards to get a gold martial skill card and succeeds, getting the Fallen Heavenly Galaxy for spears. On his final lucky draw, he gets a fast growth gift pack that includes a heavy protective gear, which he puts on for the potential points. Later, he saves Lei Liang from a rank 2 bear and meets his friends, including the mysterious Bailey Halling. They'd all planned to head to Black Sea City together. Bailey introduced herself to Lin and asked if he wanted to be her disciple. Lin looked at her and told her that she did not look older than him, and he did not plan on finding a lowly master. They continued walking until they found a place with human bones scattered everywhere on the ground, eaten by man-eating birds. One of the guys asked Lin how he knew they were eaten by birds. Bai replied, telling the man that he was stupid, and asked him if he did not see the marks left on the bones from the birds pecking them. As they argued, a man-eating bird flew towards them, and the man killed it with his knife. Then they saw more birds flying towards them. Lin used his explosive fist and attacked the birds, killing some. Bailey told Lin that his skills were pretty powerful and that he was more qualified to be her disciple. Lin told her to stop talking about him being her disciple and that if she wanted to have disciples, she should show her own skills first. Bailey took off and flew towards the birds, slaying them with her sword. Lin looked at her stunned and asked himself how she could have such bloodlust. She killed the birds and landed on the ground. They asked her where she got her sword from, and she told them that her mom made it. Meanwhile, Lin wondered where the crystals of the man-eating birds went. Bailey showed Lin a bag full of bird crystals and told him that he could take them as a gift from master to disciple. However, Lin did not take the crystals from Bailey, telling her that he did not promise to be her disciple. Bailey took the crystals and absorbed them. As they rested at night, roasting and eating the meat of the evolved creatures sitting around the fire, Lin used his analytical eye on Bailey and saw that she was a rank 4 martial artist. He asked her if she was from Shining Star City. Before she could answer, both Bailey and Lin started feeling weak. Lin figured it was Liang and his friends. Then, Liang told them to relax, that it wasn't poison, but a drug that only works on rank 1 martial artists, and they just wanted to steal their staff and money. As they were about to take their belongings, a wolf came out of the bushes. It was attracted by the smell of the meat they were roasting. The thieves tried to fight the wolf, but it was faster and stronger than them. It ran towards Lin, hoping the wolf could kill Lin so that they could take his belongings afterwards. Lin saw the wolf coming towards him. He got up from the ground and punched it using explosive cracking fist, but the wolf was a rank 3, and with him wearing the protective gear, he stood no chance. Lei looked surprised to see that Lin was still alright after eating the drugged meat. He asked how he was still alright, and Lin reminded him what he said about the drug working only on rank 1 martial artists. He told Lei that he was a rank 2. Then the wolf attacked again and Lin screamed, telling Bailey that if she wasn't going to help him, he was going to die. Bailey got up as well, telling Lin that she was going to help out, even though she knew that Lin's skills were beyond what he showed. Lei asked Bailey why she was alright too, and she replied telling him that she wasn't going to the Black Sea City. She was an examiner. Upon hearing what she said, Lin started laughing. She used her silver martial skill of Autumn Frost Jude Cutter and attacked the wolf, killing it instantly. Then she turned to the thieves, who were already kneeling on the ground, begging her to spare their lives. They said they would never rob again, but Bailey killed Lei Liang and let the rest of them go with a warning that if she ever saw them on the roads again, she would kill them. She also told them that she killed Lei Liang because he tried to make the wolf kill Lin. Then Bailey turned to Lin and told him that it was just the two of them, so they should talk about matters that involved them. Lin looked at her and asked what matters she wanted to talk about. Then he told her that they were both single and asked if she wanted to talk about dating. She then slapped him and told him that she was his master, so he should show some respect. She asked Lin if he had any skills that suppressed his cultivation. He replied, saying that he had always been like that. Then she told Lin to ask her any question. Lin asked if she was really a rank 3 martial artist and if she was really an examiner at Black Sea City. He also asked about her age. She told Lin that she was indeed a rank 3 martial artist and an examiner at Black Sea City. She told him to forget about making a deal with her to get him a license, and also told Lin not to ask girls their age because it is their secret. Then she offered to teach Lin everything about getting the license in Black City, but he declined, saying he was a rank 2 martial artist, so there was no way she would fail to get his license. She asked Lin if he thought she was stronger than him. He replied saying maybe. Upon seeing that Lin was questioning her strength, she challenged Lin to a fight, saying that if she won, he would be her disciple. Lin agreed, and then he attacked her using his explosive fists. She blocked it with her fist and sent Lin flying to the floor. He wondered how she did that, and she told him that she would teach him if only he called her master. Then Bailey explained to Lin that her punch was stronger than his because the way he utilized his origin was wrong. She told him to look closely while she demonstrated using a rock. She infused the rock with origin energy, increasing its durability, but it didn't change the fact that it was still a rock. She also taught him how to enhance his eyes with origin energy so that he could see a person's true power. Using his own origin energy, he could determine their colors and find out how powerful they were. Then she gave Lin her sword to try infusing it with his origin energy. Lin covered part of the sword with the energy. Bailey looked at the sword in Lin's hands and saw that he had managed to cover a part of it on his first attempt, which was something many martial artists couldn't do, even rank 3 artists. It was morning, and when Lin woke up, he saw Bailey touching him. He asked her what she was doing, and she explained that she saw his clothes automatically prepare themselves, so she was curious. She noticed that the clothes were heavy, that she told him that they should start training, and their goal was to reach the mountain before dark. Lin told her that the mountain was too far, and with the weights on, it wouldn't work. By the time he finished his sentence, she had already started running. Then the man-eating birds appeared, flying towards him. Bailey told Lin to keep running while killing the birds and confirm the location of the crystals so that he can cut and retrieve them while running. After some time, they sat down to rest for 10 minutes. Lin asked Bailey why the birds were only attacking him. She told him that she had sprinkled incense on his clothes when he was sleeping so that the birds would be attracted to him. Then she told him that the break time is over and she wants to see him reach the peak in one goal. He resisted at first, but then she threatened him, and the birds started approaching them. So he started running. By the time he reached the peak, he was exhausted, and she told him that she could see the ruins from where they were and that they would camp out for the night. Then 2 men came out of the bushes. Bailey saw them and asked them if they had finally run out of patience after tailing them for the entire day. Lu Yin and Lu Yang are the robbers of Starlight City's mountain range, with bounties worth 50,000 coins. They were both rank 4 martial artists. They lunged at Bailey, as she told Lin not to look away to see how she defeats them with origin energy. She attacked Yang, sending him flying. Lu Yin yelled, telling Yang that they should use their joint martial arts. Together, the Yin and Yang brothers lunged towards Bailey, saying that with their joint magic, their strength level could reach rank 5. They attacked Bailey and Lin with a joint martial skill called Meteor Shower, but Bailey used her defensive art of Sphere Shield to shield herself and Lin from the Meteor Shower. Upon seeing Bailey's skill, Lin figured out that she was not a rank 3 but a rank 6 martial artist. He considered that he had heard some high-rank martial artists can force their bodies to shrink after training to a certain extent and become numb again. Lu Yin was surprised that she was a rank 6 martial artist. Then, Bailey attacked them using the gold martial skill 13 Fallen Moon, and they fainted. Lin went to check and saw that they were still alive. Then he killed them, and the system notified him that he had reached level 16. Then Lin told Bailey that in the future, if they encounter a high-rank martial artist, she should not kill them, but just beat them up and let him finish them off. Bailey replied, telling him that if he wanted to earn, he should kill them himself. While resting, they made a fire and roasted some meat. Lin saw the way Bailey was eating and asked her if she had never had an evolved creature barbecue before. He told her to slow down and that no one was trying to steal her food. Bailey replied by asking him if that was the way to talk to his master. Then she told him to hurry up and finish eating so that he could get back to training. After eating, she gave Lin her sword and told him to cover it with origin energy. She instructed him to cover his entire body with it, and then she punched him in the stomach. He asked why she suddenly hit him, then Bailey replied, asking him if he didn't feel his defenses getting stronger. Lin then noticed that he did not feel as much pain from the punch. Bailey told him that his origin energy is still at sea, and as the power inside him grows stronger, so will his defenses. She told him that the lesson of the night was to get beat up before he could understand what she had said. She punched him in the face. In the morning, she told him that she was to run to Black City before the evening. Meanwhile, someone from the Tang family had already sent a message to his goons in Black Sea City to kill Lin, to avenge Tang Mubei's death. Lin and Bailey had arrived at Black City and they entered a store for weapons and martial artist skill cards. As she was looking at the cards, she asked the shopkeeper if they had any diamond martial skill cards. The shopkeeper told her there weren't any in the city, and some customers told Bailey that they didn't believe that there were martial artists over rank 6 and they had never heard of the Diamond Martial Skill card. She chose the cards and told Lin to come and see them. He saw the cards and told her that it was too much. She told him that if he didn't like them, he could sell them. As they were exiting the store, Bailey told Lin that when he officially got his license, she would prepare a big gift for him. At the hotel in his room, Lin was practicing with the skill card when he heard a knock, thinking it was Bailey. He heard a guy telling him that he had brought midnight snacks. He opened the door and saw a guy pushing a trolley with food into his room. Then suddenly, someone from under the trolley attacked Lin with a knife. As Lin is attacked by someone hiding under the trolley of food, he is left wondering who could have sent the attacker after him. Was it someone from the Tang family seeking revenge for Tang Bubei's death, or someone else entirely? If you want the next part recap of this manhwa, comment down below and make sure to like this video and subscribe. Until next time.